Disney Princesses. Aurora plays the part. Brer Rose dreamed a lot. Most often she dreamed of meeting someone new, someone her age, someone she could talk to, but her aunts had set boundaries on how far she was allowed to wander, so her dream never came true. One day she found a bunny struggling in a shallow stream. His family didn't notice he'd fall in, so Rose dropped her basket and ran to help. Rose quickly caught up to the bunny's family and lowered him gently into the grass. When she stood up, she realized she was somewhere she'd never been before. When a splash in the stream startled her, she went to see what kind of animal was headed her way. But it wasn't it was a girl. "Hi," the girl responded. "I'm Grace." Grace explained that she and her grandmother were part of a traveling action troupe, and their caravan had broken down nearby. The girls got to talking and soon felt as if they'd known each other forever. Rose was sad to leave after that afternoon, but she knew she had to get home. When she arrived, she told her aunts all about her day. "We set those boundaries for a reason," Aunt Flora reminded her, "so to keep you safe." "I know, but what about Grace?" Rose asked. "It sounds like she and her troop may need help." The aunts assured Rose they would go help Grace and her troop. They instructed Rose to stay home. But she quickly followed her aunts through the forest. They were upset when they saw her, but agreed to let her come along with them, just that once. Rose soon felt a tap on her shoulder. It was Grace. "Rose, you're here. You have to come meet my grandmother," Grace said, tugging on Rose's sleeve. "Call me Madame Tully," the woman said when they found her. "You must be the girl Grace met in the forest." "Yes, hello," Rose said, by all that surrounded her. "So you put on plays? Where? Who makes their costumes? I think I'd love to perform on a stage." But not all her questions got answered. It wasn't long before the aunts came into the tent and told her it was time to go home. "Flora and I are going to help them find the parts they need to repair their wagon. The journey will take us 3 days," Aunt Fauna said. "We'll escort you back to the cottage first, though," Aunt Flora said to Rose. "Can I come along?" Grace asked. "I should get more water anyway." "Of course," Aunt Meriwether said, turning to Madame Talia, "as long as it's all right with your grandmother." "Have fun, girls," Madame Talia said. On the walk back home, Rose and Grace stayed a few paces behind their aunts. "It must be so nice to have a home," Grace said. "It must be so nice to always see some place new," Rose responded. "It's too bad we can't switch places," Grace said with a sigh. "Then I would get some adventure, and you would have a place to call home," Rose said aloud. The girls thought about it and quickly agreed to try to switch places. Grace, wearing Rose's clothes, headed straight to the cottage. The next morning, she excused herself to join Rose back at the tent camp where Rose had stayed the night. After switching back into their regular clothes, the girls told Madame Talia that Rose's aunt had given Rose permission to watch the rehearsal. "I'm happy you've returned," Madame Talia said, coming at her. "Would you like to have a role in the play?" "I'd love to," Rose said. "Welcome to your aunt band of actors," Madame Talia cried. Rose learned her lines at lunch with a troupe and had a great time, but soon the sunlight began to fade and the girls had to say their goodbyes for the night. They switched clothes once again for night 2 of their plan. When Rose woke up the next morning, she was surprised to find that Grace wasn't back yet. As her nerves bundled tighter and tighter, Rose walked across the campsite toward Madame Talia. "Rose," Madame Talia greeted her, "why are you wearing Grace's clothes?" Rose gulped. "I have a confession." The story of Rose and Grace Switch tumbled out. Madame Talia quickly gathered the troop to look for Grace. Fortunately, they found her hiding in Rose's hide-and-seek tree. Rose had told Grace about it during one of the stories. "On my way back this morning, I spotted some strangers by the stream," Grace explained. "I hid and was too scared to leave." Madame Talia scowled at Rose and Grace. "I don't need to tell you what a foolish scam this was. I just wanted to experience some of the outside world, to be around other people," Rose said. "And I just wanted to know what a real home felt like," said Grace. "I'm sorry," they said in unison. On their walk back to the campsite, they ran into Aunt Flora, Aunt Fauna, and Aunt Merryweather. Madame Talia filled them in on what Grace and Rose had been up to. "I'm truly sorry," Rose said. "I just saw a chance to live a dream, and I took it." "We want you to live your dreams," Aunt Fauna said, "but we set these rules to keep you safe." "You'd better go say your goodbye," Aunt Flora told her. Near Madame Talia's tent, Grace was finishing up her own conversation with her grandmother. The girls ducked into the tent to swap clothes. "Are you in terrible trouble?" Rose asked when they went back to their own clothes. "Meal cooking and cleanup duty through the next 10 shows," Grace said with a groan. "Worth it?" Rose asked. "Worth it," Grace said, grinning. When they emerged from the tent, they found Madame Talia smiling next to Rose's aunts. "Rose," Aunt Flora began, "we've been speaking with Madame Talia, and we've decided to let you stay in the dress rehearsal." Aunt Merryweather cheered. Rose clapped her hands in her face in surprise. "Oh, my, thank you!" It was the night Rose would not soon forget. She'd get to be part of something, a cast, song, a story, and it seemed like a wonderful dream come true.